The title of today's webinar is called The 4 C's of a Memorable Student's Performance. And in today's training, I'm going to share with you how to transform just an ordinary reading lesson into something which can actually develop these 4 life skills of your students. But before we get down to the webinar, I would like you to help me and remind what these 4 letters, 4 C's, stand for. So I will now quickly show you the picture, and you will type in your chat boxes the word. So the first picture is this, a colorful light bulb. What do you think this first life skill starting with C stands for? Color. No, we're talking about 4 life skills, 4 C's of education. So collaboration, well, not exactly creativity, Victoria, thank you very much. Yeah, I wanted to demonstrate creativity with this picture. Okay, the next one, the next picture is this. What do you think this picture represents? Communication, Svetlana, thank you very much. Yeah, so the next C is communication. And the third picture, what do you think this word stands for? Critical thinking, Irina, thank you very much. Yeah, this is critical thinking. And the last C, this picture, what do you think this picture represents? Collaboration, Uliana. Yeah, thank you very much. Right, so all of us, we know these 4 C's and how important it is to develop, among our students. And today I'm going to show you how we can implement and develop them with the help of only one task. So moving forward, now I will show you very, very beautiful pictures now, which are probably connected with summer. Yeah, they are connected with summer. So, and in spite of the fact that it's autumn, but I think that will probably, they will motivate you, I don't know, to plan your future vacation maybe. But I prepared very creative tasks while looking at those pictures. So let's have a look. So now you can see a very, very beautiful place, and I'm going to show you this place from different angles. So if we look a little bit closer, it looks like this. And my question, what do you think this place is? What is it? And one more picture like this. So what do you think? A hotel, Uliana? Okay, could be a hotel, resort. One more time, resort. Okay, any other ideas? A cafe, very close to cafe, resort, and I'm waiting for another word which is very close to cafe. A Robinson Crusoe experience, Katerina. Okay, I think it looks rather luxurious for Robinson Crusoe. Uliana, thank you very much. You were the first to guess. This is a restaurant. Yeah, so this is a restaurant. Good. Now, my next question, where do you think this restaurant is? In which part of the world? Can you guess the country and type in your chat boxes? So this is a restaurant. Yeah, we have already guessed that. Which country do you think this restaurant is? Olga thinks it's in the United States. Natalia thinks it's Hawaii. Hawaii. Okay, Mediterranean, Bali. Okay, but still, I can't see the correct guess. Again, Oksana thinks it's Hawaii. Okay, shall I give you the first letter? Yes, Olena, thank you very much. This is Thailand. Yeah, so this is a restaurant in Thailand. Okay, and probably the most creative question now. What do you think is the name of this restaurant? Can you guess the name, or just come up with the options? Yeah, so you can see the way it looks. It's in Thailand. What do you think the name of this restaurant could be? Uliana thinks it's Paradise. I think it's a very good name. Sea Breeze, Thai Paradise. Very good. Okay, any other ideas? Thai Paradise, Sea Breeze. Well, I think that you are very creative, very nice names. Paradise Lost. Very nice, Katerina. Thank you. Exotic Place. Under the Palms from Elena. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, actually here are two words in the names of this restaurant. Place, Peace and Quiet. Blue Lagoon from Olga. Okay, they're beautiful names. You are coming with Blue Lagoon, Peace and Quiet. Very nice. Okay. I can Beach Resort. Okay, it was, the previous time I delivered this webinar. All the names are so creative. Thanks, Katerina. Yes, I do agree with you. It was Monday when I first delivered this webinar, and there was one woman who guessed the name just exactly correct. Okay, so if I will tell you one word from the name. One part of this name is nest. Okay, nest. Whose nest could it be? Sea nest. Okay, lover's nest. Great. Okay, lover's nest, sea nest. Okay, so I think that I'm gonna show it to you now. But somebody is typing, so let's wait for other guesses. Whose nest could it be? Bird's Nest, Ksenia. Yeah, absolutely correct. Yeah, so the real name of this restaurant in Thailand is Bird's Nest. Okay, so you guessed the place, you guessed actually the name of it and the location of it. And my next question, what do you think is the title of our today's lesson, judging by this warmer? What are we going to talk about? Okay. Holidays. Yeah, okay, holidays. Food. Actually, so food, eating out, my favorite holiday destination. Family. Traveling. Okay, but think about this restaurant. You wrote something like Lost Paradise or something like this. Do you think it's just an ordinary restaurant that we can go to like every single day? Exotic food, Olga thinks. Exotic restaurants, Oksana, very, very close. Yeah, so exotic restaurant, but actually it's unusual restaurant. Yeah, so the luxury restaurants. Okay, thank you very much for all of your ideas and guesses. So today's lesson is about unusual restaurants, and I'm going now to show you a couple of more restaurants in the world which I consider to be unusual, and probably you would love to visit some of them. So one of those unusual restaurants is also this. It's called Ether Undersea Restaurant, and it's located in the Maldives Islands. So very beautiful. So you're sitting and like under the sea, and at the same time, sharks, yeah, so can be swimming somewhere like above your head. Thinks it's really extreme, I would say. Okay, and one more unusual restaurant. So you can see this restaurant is in the forest, and for me it reminds a shape of a nut. And if we look a little bit closer, this is how it looks inside. So you are like having a dinner somewhere, being on the tree. And this restaurant is called the Treehouse Restaurant, and it's located in New Zealand. And one more unusual restaurant is this. As you can see, it's somewhere very high in the sky, even higher than some skyscrapers. And this restaurant is called Dinner in the Sky restaurant, and this photo was taken in Belgium, but the service of this restaurant is available all around the world. So if you are interested, they can come to your country and organize you a dinner like this high in the sky. Well, what about you? Would you love to have your dinner somewhere high in the sky, in this Dinner in the Sky restaurant? Well, personally, I'm afraid of heights, so for me, it's definitely not my choice. But Tatiana would love to try it. I would probably choose the undersea restaurant in the Maldive Islands. Uliana would love to. Natalia, no. Yeah, it's the same with me. Oh, no. Probably I would choose some other options. Okay, so, and now we will see where all these beautiful and unusual restaurants come from. So this is a reading lesson from our next move course for lower secondary. So 3 unusual restaurants, and as you can see in this reading lesson, they are like 3 separate texts. So very comfortable for a teacher to organize different types of activities. For example, you can easily organize a jigsaw reading with your students, and a simple task where the students need to answer the questions, yeah, could be transformed into a very engaging communicative activity, yeah, where they will be sharing the answers from and questions from different texts. So your students will read about these unusual places, they will discuss it after the jigsaw reading, for instance. And what else do we have in this lesson? We also have a very good listening activities about international cuisine. So the topic of this whole unit is food. So, and in these reading lessons, students will learn about exotic, unusual restaurants, and they will listen and hear about unusual international food. For example, they will learn from this audio about this dish. It's called empanada. Can you guess the country where empanada comes from? I will quickly now tell you what it is made of. So this is a pastry turnover stuffed with chopped vegetables and meat. Okay, Argentina, Spain, Mexico. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So empanada is very famous in the countries of Latin America, in Spain, in Argentina, and but the origin, yeah, of this dish, it's Chile. So this is a national Chilean dish called empanada. Okay, one more dish that the students will hear in the audio. I will show the picture, and vice versa, I will give you the country that this dish comes from. It comes from Greece. So this is a Greek dish. And you can easily guess. Oksana was the first one to write. So this is moussaka. Okay, so probably you've been to Greece and tried this one. I have never been to Greece, so I would love definitely to visit Greece and try this dish. Okay, and the students will listen about some other examples of international foods, yeah, in different countries. So as you can see, so this is like a reading lesson, but at the same time includes discussion, yeah, like speaking activities, yeah, where students discuss the text, yeah, and also students are able to develop their listening activities and learn about such international food. And now my idea, so how can I actually transform this lesson with such a wonderful topic in a task which can easily develop these 4 C's, which we have mentioned with you: creativity, collaboration, communication, and what else? And what else? Creativity, collaboration, communication, and critical thinking, right? So it can be a project. So with such a wonderful topic, you can easily organize a project for your students. By the way, do you enjoy developing and creating projects with your students? Can you share in the chat boxes? Do you love organizing, developing? Yes, Uliana, right? With exclamation marks. So really enjoy. Yes, Natalia. Okay, so projects, yeah, they're really fun because there are some such types of activities which are connected to real life. Yeah, so all the participants do enjoy organizing them with your students. So, and now my question. So you remembered, yeah, so that we learned, yeah, about, so the topic of this whole unit is food, this very lesson about three unusual restaurants, about international food. So what could be the name of the project for the students to implement? What could be the name of the project? Can you write your ideas in the chat boxes, please? Okay, so this project can be called unusual food, yeah, unusual food, or dream restaurant. Okay. Yeah, so and my future unusual restaurant. Thank you, Katerina. Something which is very close. Yeah, so this is a personalized task for students to create and develop their unusual restaurants. Definitely. And by the way, in the next in the next Move Teachers book, this is an extra activity for stronger students to develop their unusual restaurant. But I would personally organize such a project for all my students because I think this is a wonderful idea, very creative, and students can develop all their life skills with the help of this project. Okay, so now we will quickly go through some elements, yeah, because every project, of course, includes lots of work, lots of stages, and lots of elements. So we'll quickly go through the elements and see how these 4 C's, 4 life skills, can be realized through these elements. So first of all, we need to give our students a clear assignment, yeah, so what they need to come up with. They have already read the text, yeah, they have discussed it, they have also learned about different international cuisine. So now, well, we will tell them what they need to come up with, something which is, well, actually possible in real life and something that they will probably need in their real life. So first of all, they need to create an unusual name. So today, like you created a great list of names about Lost Paradise, okay, something about Blue Lagoon. Yeah, I remember. So wonderful names. And we saw the examples of names. So I think that students will easily and with pleasure, yeah, they will create their unusual names. Okay, what else? Location. Yeah, so the students will think where it's like the most appropriate, yeah, to open such a restaurant in Ukraine or maybe somewhere abroad, somewhere in other countries. Then probably one of the most important things is a description. So the students need to discuss, to do a research. So why their restaurant is considered to be unusual. So what are the special features which distinguish this restaurant among the others? And well, the fourth important thing, of course, to think about the menu. Well, they can also do a research and probably they connect the menu with the description. Maybe it will be connected why this restaurant is unusual because it has dishes like this and so on. Okay, and so make sure that the students have understood what they need to do with the help of instructions of ICQs, yeah, instruction checking questions. So you will check that they have understood. But if we think now about this whole process, while they will be thinking about the name, the location, the description, and about the menu, will they be developing these 4 C's of education? What do you think? Will they be using their critical thinking, their creativity, collaboration? So they will be using, of course, these skills while working on this project. Well, and as soon as we're sure that the students have understood, yeah, what to do, what to create, what to develop, it's important to inform them what we are going to assess, right? So by the way, so before talking about assessment, yeah, what I wanted to share with you, I wanted to share with you an unusual restaurant which I have very close to the place where I live. By the way, while I'm telling about it, you can also write in your chat boxes, maybe you know some unusual restaurants and you really recommend to go and to visit it. So here in Kiev, very close to Holosivska metro station, there is a wonderful place and it's called Cookia Poli. It's a family restaurant and you can see that it has got an unusual design. It has got an unusual style. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah, we were celebrating the birthday, my daughter's birthday there. So the restaurant is very close to the lake. The windows, yeah, they face this view of the lake, so it's very beautiful. And one more, well, unusual thing I would say of this restaurant is that you can feel that you are actually on the ship. Yeah, you have this well, ship wheel, right? So you can well, try it, and then from one side there is a lake, and from the other side you can see the view to the city. So really very unusual in terms of design, I would say. And plus the staff, they are very hospitable, always smiling. And the menu, really, they don't have a big variety, but the dishes are really, really tasty. So I really recommend you. So, and then moving forward, so we're going to discuss the assessment criteria. So my question to you now, what would you assess what would you assess in a project? Yeah, so which features or which skills, okay, which skills or achievements would you assess in a project? Just share your ideas. What is important to assess when we're dealing with a project? Speaking, Yana, yes, agree with you. What else? So speaking skills, of course, grammar, creativity. Yeah, if they present it in a class, speaking accuracy and fluency, absolutely correct. So grammar constructions, use of active vocab, fluency. Yeah, so we can actually assess a lot, but I think it's important to inform our students what they will be assessed for. And if we want to develop these 4 C's, like critical thinking, creativity in our students, well, it will not be enough if I say, yeah, as a teacher, okay, today I will assess you for this, this, and this. It's a good idea to involve your students into the process of developing the criteria. So to ask your students what they think it's important to assess while actually dealing with the project. And if your students come with the ideas, with their own criteria, it will be more important, and at the same time, they will be developing their life skills. And well, so that at the end of this project, yeah, they will be using their own criteria for assessment, and will be assessing each other together with their teacher. So, for example, your students might come up with the criteria like this: creativity. Yeah, so because this is something unusual restaurant, yeah, so creativity here is important. For example, teamwork. This is something which is very important, yeah, so everywhere in real life, yeah, so the way they collaborate, communicate with each other, the way they choose the name, the location, so they need collaboration, communication, so teamwork is very important. And as some of you have already mentioned, so English language. Yeah, so English language, of course, these are English lessons, but we can, of course, assess target language. This is important. We're learning food, so target language is a must. But another thing, when the students are communicating, collaborating, so they need some phrases here to discuss, here to agree, to disagree with each other. So they need another type of language. So not only target language, but also functional language is important. So what do I mean when I say functional language? I mean phrases or questions like this. For example, can I have your pencil? Or have you got any ideas? What do you think about these locations? Do you agree with me? I don't agree with you, and so on. So these phrases are, I would say, are even more important than the target vocabulary, because very often teachers, and I remember myself, they demand from their students, you should speak English. Speak English. Don't forget to speak English. But when we ask them to speak English, we need to provide them with these phrases. So it's important for a teacher to make sure that the students know these basic phrases to interact with each other. So these are the phrases of request, disagreeing, permission, agreeing, and so on. So you can choose the most important phrases and practice them, so they can even be somewhere on the wall on a regular basis, and you can constantly repeat them with your students every time you're dealing with a project. Because actually the phrases are the same, yeah? So, and it's very important that they use this language of interaction together with the target language. Okay, so your students now know what to do. They know what to come up with. Yeah, they know how to interact with each other using not only the target, language, but also the functional language. They can see these phrases, they can practice them. Okay, so they will develop definitely their communication, their collaboration, and this is a great tool. This is probably the main tool to develop collaboration. And well, as soon as they have prepared everything, yeah, so they are ready for probably the most exciting and the funniest and the most enjoyable stage of the project. So they are ready for presentation. And you know, this is the task. This is the task of a teacher to make this presentation stage enjoyable and fun. Like every single participant should enjoy it. You know, I remember myself when I was a student, and now I'm thinking about college years and university years, and especially school years. So projects were something like, you know, different groups were preparing, and while one group was presenting, the other group was just, you know, preparing and repeating something, and we weren't really watching the other students perform. And well, this is something that is not good, because the project, yeah, it should become exciting for every single participant. And probably this is the task of the teacher, you know, to create this atmosphere. For example, we can come up with a task like, you need to watch all your classmates or your group mates and choose the idea or the restaurant which you would really love to implement in real life, which you think is worth creating. Probably something like this, but your students should be motivated, yeah, like to listen to every one of them. Well, and here, while they are presenting, of course, we will be stimulating them to develop their collaboration, their teamwork, their presentation skills, and their collaborations here will be easily seen through, you know, this the way they organize actually the process. Who will start first? Who will perform? Who will tell about the name? Who will tell why this restaurant is unusual? So this is just, you know, a great variety to develop, a great possibility, you know, to develop their life skills, those that we have mentioned. And of course, their creativity, they will show with the help of, for example, they can choose a PowerPoint presentation, or they can record it with the help of their phone and show it in front of the whole class. Yeah, so the sky is the limit. The kids are very creative, so they will definitely choose those ways, yeah, creative ways which they love. And one of probably the most important parts of the project, it's the feedback stage. So the feedback stage, I would say that it's important that not only the teacher assesses, right, the skills, well, and the achievement, but like every single student is involved in this process and gives his or her opinion about what they loved, what they didn't like actually. And so they are giving their opinion and assessing their group mates. And you know, I don't really like when we're like teacher decides, for example, that this group is the best. Yeah, I think that this is a great ability of a teacher to distinguish one unique feature in every group, like, and even say something good to every student. So why he or she actually has done it in a good way. So what unique features has every one of them got? And it's not, of course, it's not easy, but during the whole project, well, I as a teacher, I will be monitoring, and I will probably try to notice these unique features. And at the end of my project, I would probably award or congratulate them with something like this. Yeah, so I would decide, I will try to think about their unique features of each group, and for example, would present a certificate to the most speaking group, English speaking group, or for example, I would say that some of them were the best presenters, some of them were the most collaborative group, like they had this ability to communicate with each other. Okay, or for example, the funniest group. So, and then, so if we actually keep in mind all these elements, And well, we are developing these 4 C's in a natural, and well, just easy way. So the students are working, they are developing these 4 C's: creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, and communication, just naturally. So just going through the stages and elements of the project. Okay, so actually that's it, what I wanted to share with you today. And well, now when I'm going to finish, I would like to actually also present you a certificate, because you are really the best webinar participants. No matter what time it is, no matter what the weather it is, so you are always joining us. You're finding time to develop, to get new knowledge, and it's always the pleasure to have you with us. Отже, ще раз хочу всім подякувати за те, що долучилися до нас. І ще раз нагадаю про те, що всі питання, які вас цікавлять, ви можете до нас телефонувати або писати.